Well, meanwhile, the governor of Texas is increasing funding for Operation Lone Star one day after the Justice Department revealed it is investigating that initiative. NewsNation's Anna Warnicki is following the back and forth from D.C. And Anna, where are the arguments here?
Nichole, Texas launched Operation Lone Star in response to the surge of migrants at the southern border. Democrats have criticized the program since then and have called on the Biden administration to step in.
Operation Lone Star is an abomination.
Texas Democratic Congresswoman Veronica Escobar welcomes an investigation by the Department of Justice into Texas's $3 billion border safety initiative known as Operation Lone Star.
It really reduces the readiness of our National Guard. It is an abuse of their goodwill and their training.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott launched the border mission last March in response to a surge of migrants arriving at the southwest border. But Escobar says the more than 10,000 National Guard members and DPS troopers he's using are being mistreated.
Their living conditions are absolutely inhumane. The back pay issues.
Governor Abbott did not respond to news of the DOJ investigation, but on Thursday he issued an executive order authorizing state troopers and Guard members to return undocumented migrants to the southern border. Texas Republican Congressman Jody Arrington applauded the governor for, quote, exercising our state's constitutionally protected right of self-defense, blaming the Biden administration for not doing enough.
We stand ready to work with Texas.
But CBP Commissioner Chris Magnus says the Lone Star State can't go at it alone.
The challenge is, when any state such as Texas takes unilateral actions, that just makes it harder for us to do this.
The CBP also released a 500-page report today on an incident last September involving agents using whips and horses. They say 4 Border Patrol agents have been disciplined for their actions. For NewsNation in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Nichole, back to you.
All right, Anna, thank you for that. Well, joining me now, Sandra Sanchez from NewsNation's Border Report. Sandra, thank you so much for being with us again tonight. So
Thanks for having me.
We heard from Anna there, about this executive order from Governor Greg Abbott. It allows law enforcement to take illegal immigrants up to the border, but not across into Mexico. So tell us why that is.
Right. Well, because Governor Abbott has no jurisdiction on the international bridges. The international bridges are under the control of Customs and Border Protection officers. This is bringing to the forefront this give and take between Texas and the federal government over power. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is asserting that he has the authority to apprehend, transport, and dump migrants at the border bridges, whereas federal officials are saying that, that is under the federal purview, and the Supreme Court has always upheld the federal government's in charge of illegal immigration.
Well, Sandra, you've obviously covered the border now for years, so you know what's going on there. What would that do, though? What is this going to do to those border communities that right now are already saying that they are overwhelmed?
Right, on both sides of the border. Here, I'm in South Texas. I've spoken to 2 police chiefs, and they're concerned. It's uncertain where this handoff will take place. Will Governor Abbott dump busloads of migrants at the base of the bridges like he's doing in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol, correct? Or will he just take them to border towns? The police chief of McAllen said, well, we're a little buffeted because we actually don't have any border land. But the police chief for the city of Hidalgo told me they're right there on the 23rd Street Bridge, and he's very concerned. On the other side of the Rio Grande, officials in Reynosa are also saying that they have no space in the shelters if they are overwhelmed with more migrants. I spoke to an NGO woman yesterday who helps to work at the Senda de Vida 2. It's a new shelter opened, and there are already 2,000 migrants, mostly Haitians, living in that facility. And right now there's a drought and there's no water, and they can't shower during the day or wash their clothes. So it's really an evolving problem.
Well, it certainly is. And Sandra, that brings me to the next question. I know that local leaders in those border counties, in those border towns, there are even members of Congress that are urging the governor to just declare the crisis as an invasion. But so far, he has not formally done that. Why is that? And would that make a difference?
That's really loaded language. And now we're talking politics, right? I think Governor Abbott has all but declared an invasion. He has said that migrants are illegally crossing the river into Texas and that he's going to stop it. To use the word invasion, that's a word that those on the right are trying to use. Those on the left are saying, we need to take a more humanitarian approach. Right now, we are really at the intersection of this fight between Washington, D.C. And even today, Mexican President Obrador got in it and said, you know what, Governor Abbott doesn't have the authority to do what he's trying to do.
Yeah, well, this saga certainly continues. Sandra Sanchez from NewsNation's Border Report, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.